VIC Radio. You just heard Jukebox the Ghost with with Schizophrenia, not Under My Skin. That's coming up later. You're listening here to a impromptu live interview with Jukebox the Ghost. We got Ben Thornwell on the line here. Hey, Ben.
Yeah, hey. How's it going?
It's going great. I'm Sarah. I've got my co-50-hour DJs here on the spot with me.
Eric, Jaws.
Chris, DJ Christmas.
DJ Cappy.
We got some cool DJ names going, so you'll have
This
probably...
is so good.
Yeah. Do you have a cool DJ name that you would like us to use while we have you on the air?
Mr. Sir Ben. I don't know, as like reverential as you can be. That'd be great.
Mr. Sir Ben hits it pretty high, I think. Yeah. All right.
It's a little redundant, but I kind of like it.
I agree. I'm with
Very
you.
distinguished.
Yeah. Mine's CZ Top, for the record. I didn't say it before.
ZZ Top?
CZ Top, because my last
ZZ
name
Top,
starts with a
okay.
C and a Z.
I was like, ZZ Top is taken, but CZ
Yeah.
Top, that's its own thing.
I like to push the boundaries a little. Yeah. But we got some cool interview questions coming your way, so we'll just jump right in.
All right, I'm ready.
So first of all, you just finished a really pretty cool major tour. How was that experience? Did you have a great time headlining?
Such a good tour, such a great tour. Yeah, we it was about 6-7 weeks. We did a full national loop, all headlining. Got to tour with some amazing bands. We had Secret Someones. We had Twin Forks, which is Chris Caraba from Dashboard Confessionals. Other band out of New York called Little Daylight. Mostly it was like lots of friends and really great crowds, and really truly I think our favorite tour to date.
That's awesome.
Kind of on the same vein, you guys just were at South by Southwest. How was your experience there?
It's funny. This is our fifth South by, and I don't know if any of you have done it, but it is most of the words I would use to describe it, I can't say on the radio. It is a complete mess. It's thousands of bands playing. It feels like 5-6 times each. We played, I think, 8 shows in 4 days. But then there's interviews and acoustic sessions. It is pure and utter chaos and madness.
I was actually in the Austin area during South by Southwest. Unfortunately, I was not able to go in there, but it was an awesome area to see everyone around, all the events that are going. I'm sure that it was an amazing event.
Why were you in the Austin? Were you like scared and staying on the fringes?
Yeah, I'm just not mainstream. No, I was actually down there making a documentary, and we just happened to be there at that same time.
Cool. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, even being near Austin, you can tell that something's happening. It's just like cattle calls. Downtown, just the streets. Wall to wall. But it's great. This is our 5th time, and I feel like we've got the hang of it now. We had some great shows. But the funny thing about South by is like your great show is like the show on the roof of the Whole Foods, which out of context sounds like the worst show ever. But hundreds of people and filmed, and you never know where the cool shows are going to be.
I don't think that could possibly be more of a hipster scenario to be playing on top of a Whole Foods
I know,
at
right?
South by Southwest.
Maybe a Trader
Sounds about
Joe's.
right.
Trader Joe's, maybe.
Now, going about with the tours and everything, what would be part of your dream tour? What would make it just the best it could possibly be?
I mean, the quick and easy answer is like, selling out 10,000 person venues. That would be a dream tour. So much of each tour is its own thing. I think you want to tour with people that you like and musicians that you respect, and the dream tour is like bigger venues and sold out shows. And granted, we had great sold out shows at some really, really big venues, but you always want the next thing. So,
kind of close to that, using the same terminology, what would be your dream tour to be a part of? Like, who would you dream to play with?
I have this is a question I've been asked before, and the band has been asked before, and we've never really had a good answer. If we could tour with people in the past, like Harry Nilsson or I guess the Talking Heads would have been awesome, but we wouldn't have really fit in with those bands. I don't know. I don't know. Part of the thing is you never know how much you're going to like a tour until you're on it. So, I could list somebody, and then what if they're, total jerks, there's their radio-friendly word. and it's not quite right. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is.
That's fair enough.
What would be, supposedly, since we're going along with tours, what would be the worst venue? What would be a funny venue story that you have?
Oh man, I mean, we had a really good one in December. We had our like Spinal Tap moment, where American Airlines asked us to play at LaGuardia Airport. And I don't know if any of you have ever been to LaGuardia Airport, but it's
also
not
a
mess. It's not a great airport. And we played at gate D4, literally at gate D4, in front of the payphones, with this very small stage.
Prime location.
A single microphone that like didn't bend, so we couldn't even get to it.
Oh, goodness.
The woman that introduced us like had our name wrong and like was just reading our Wikipedia page, which is like filled with misinformation. And then we played for 20 minutes for like nobody. There was one fan who just like was in hysterics laughing so hard because clearly this was not an ideal scenario. And then people would like, you know, they're in line to get like a pretzel and they're looking around or they're late for their plane and trying to figure out what these dudes on the stage are doing. And, you know, it's strange to do that and then, you know, a month later be headlining real shows. But, you know, that's the game. That was definitely one of the weirdest ones. And then I caught a flight like an hour later, so I was already at LaGuardia.
Fair enough.
Convenient.
Do you guys?
No, go ahead.
Do you guys have any pre-show rituals or activities that you guys like to do to pump yourselves up?
No, we sort of keep to ourselves. I mean, we screw with each other if we get too serious with like vocal warm-ups. But nothing that's that like interesting or relevant. I try to play pinball on the road because it's something to do and it's, you know, a way to get out of the venue. Tommy was watching a lot of Star Trek, which I don't even think that's something he wants like out in the public realm of knowledge. We all do our own thing, but there's not like, you know, some bands like get in a circle and huddle up and like pep talk or do vocal warm-ups, and we've never done that. I don't think we could take ourselves seriously long enough to do that.
I feel that. I think pinball is a pretty safe. I feel like that counts as a ritual. I'd give it credit.
Yeah, it's very ritualistic. Lots of like animal sacrifices and trying to get high scores.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm into it. We're actually, since this was so impromptu, we're getting some tweet questions from some of our DJs currently, including one regarding your current Twitter bio. We hear you're being replaced by Zayn from One Direction. Are you feeling Are you feeling a little betrayed by that move?
Man, you know, it's weird. Mostly because I didn't have much of a say in it. It was just sort of. Like I got a text from a friend actually who told me, and then I talked to the guys and like, yes, Zayn is replacing you, and you know, he's a talented guy and he's young and he's ambitious, and you know, if anyone's going to replace me, I think it should be him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little bummed. I don't know what to do now, you know, with my life.
I mean, I feel like One Direction has a lot of dance moves, so you could learn and be a backup dancer.
So I'm going from the lead singer of a band to the backup dancer of the band of the guy that replaced me?
Worse things could happen.
That's true. I'm like totally shark number 2 in the world of...
left shark.
Left shark, yeah.
Left shark, sorry. I knew it was close. Yeah, left shark.
Following that, do you think that you're more of a left shark or a right shark? Do you like to go by the rules or just...
I'm more of a left shark in that, like, I like to go by the rules, but sometimes the rules evade me, or I don't fully understand the rules, and so then I enter into a blind panic and start making up my own dance moves.
But still, everyone loves you, even if you're doing whatever you want to do.
I mean, that's certainly my perspective, but that might not be the reality. Yeah.
Awesome.
So, how would you say that your music has evolved ever since your first album came out with your band?
There's a natural musical evolution that I think happens with making, you know, lots of records or 4 records, and with your life experience changes from, you know, for us, we were still in college and made that first record, and now here we are, having toured for 8 years or whatever it is. I think, you know, we're fundamentally the same people, but I think our focus has become, from like a songwriting perspective, on more like pop songcraft and putting together a record that you could like put on at a party. be slightly less like music schooly ambitious. Our early songs had just like all these crazy parts and crazy progressions, and those are things that I and we are still trying to fit in, but sort of do it a little more subtly or subversively. The other funny thing is, every time you make a record, you think it's like a totally different thing, and then, if someone else is listening to it, they're like, oh yeah, that just sounds like Jukebox the Ghost.
Well, that's a good thing, I think, to have that sort of familiarity carry through.
Yeah, I think, well, in the way that, you get a new haircut, that you still
still
look
have the
like
same
the same
face.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, one of our DJs here did a lot of research before this interview, just to make sure she knew what she was talking about. And she read that when you were coming up with this most recent album, the self-titled, you had to narrow it down from about 50 songs to the 13 that made it to the album. Do you think there's any chance we're going to see those coming up in your future or live?
I sure hope so.
Yeah,
I sure hope so. Not live until they're on a record, but
fair enough.
I think when you have we have two songwriters in the band, and we both write a lot of material, and the reason some songs didn't make it on the record is not necessarily because they aren't good songs. It just didn't fit with the style, with the vibe, or we couldn't get it to couldn't land on an agreement for how it should be produced. And I think you write a song, and then if it doesn't work at the moment, you sort of put it on the back burner and hope that so it finds its a place on a future record or a future project. And that's, there are songs on past records that didn't make it on one, but then made it on another or whatever. So hopefully they'll reappear. But it's also the nature of the game that, we're going to be writing, whatever, it's 30, 40 songs a year, easy. And you can't put that out. So,
yeah.
Some songs will get lost, but hopefully not too many, and hopefully not the good ones.
I definitely think you accomplished that with this record. I'm all over it. So,
well, thanks.
Going back to the tour a little bit, you guys just finished your tour a couple weeks ago, and you just announced a nationwide tour for this summer with Ingrid Michaelson. So, that sounds awesome. Do you guys have any plans to maybe slow down after, or you guys like being on the move like that?
There's no plans to slow down. If we keep getting tours, we're going to keep doing them. The hope is that, things keeps building, and we can do another headline show in the fall, or headline tour in the fall, or maybe we get to Europe. Who knows? But we don't really know how to slow down. The only time we aren't on the road generally, or aren't planning to be on the road, is if we're making a record. So, we're writing for it, but I'm not sure when we're going to get into the studio to make the next one, which seems crazy because this one just came out. But, no, we like being busy, and we like touring, and touring is good for us. It's healthy for us, and a lot of why we have the fans that we do is because we've been touring consistently for so long. So I think we'll keep doing it.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Definitely.
And we love that you hit Ithaca too.
We love hitting Ithaca.
Yeah.
And hitting the people of Ithaca. We're hitters. We're big.
Yeah. It's a little violent, but if it gets the audience there.
Town. Yeah. They keep coming back.
That's true.
No, we like that's our little upstate place.
Yeah. We have another question from the Twitters about live shows. Actually, you do a lot of covers when you play live shows. Do you have a favorite cover that you've done?
Do I have a favorite cover? I have a favorite cover. I love doing, we briefly did Shania Twain's Man, I Feel Like a Woman,
oh my God.
Which is so fun because no one really knows what to do with it. And it's one of the songs also that people don't realize that they know every single word to it. Everyone knows every single word to it, usually better than I do on stage. The other one that I really miss doing is Highway to Hell, which we did a Halloween cover show, I guess 2 years ago, and did that. But it blew out my voice really bad, so I can't and shouldn't do it anymore. But that's definitely a favorite.
I was listening to Walk Like an Egyptian actually a little bit earlier today, and it was actually an interesting cover right there.
Yeah, no, that was a cool project that we did with Secret Someones, who we were just on the road with. And we're actually now label mates. We just signed to the same label that they're on. So that was the first time we'd ever recorded a cover like that with another band, and then been able to go on the road and play it with them. It's a good song, and it was a fun cover to do.
Love it. We have some standard VIC, really weird, fun questions that you may have been asked in the past, but I will ask them anyway.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. My favorite question to ask is one that I've been asked in several interviews, and I feel like I've asked you before, but if you were a vegetable, what vegetable would you be, and why?
It's so weird. Did I answer aubergine?
I don't think you did, but if you want to now, I would respect that.
Okay, I think so. Mostly because it's a zucchini, but no one says aubergine, and I think that's strange. What vegetable would I? I almost said a word I shouldn't say. Let's say aubergine.
All right, I like it.
For the word choice.
Wasn't it asparagus? You said so.
I feel in the past, I think you told me asparagus.
It may have been asparagus. Oh, because I look like an asparagus.
I think that is exactly what you told me, I believe. This was a long time ago, though.
That would make sense. No, I'm tall and skinny and I have a lot of hair.
Out of the two vegetables, which one do you like more to eat?
Oh, zucchini, 100%. I like asparagus, but I'm always caught off guard by the pea smell, and I don't like having my day disrupted so much.
By smelly pea?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
It's distracting.
I agree. We have a couple more fun questions. Another one that I like to ask is about your spirit animal.
Who's my spirit animal?
If it is the zucchini, that's also cool.
Yeah, it would be if it were technically an animal.
Technical?
Oh, while we're going with things that I look like, we'll say a llama. Because years ago we were doing a photo shoot at a zoo before we knew that one shouldn't do photo shoots at zoos, and we ended up near a llama, and the llama and I had the exact same haircut, and I really still haven't lived it down. So, sadly, my spirit animal is a llama.
Who's your musical guilty pleasure, if you have one?
A musical guilty. I know I have. All of my musical, everything I listen to is embarrassing. But like true guilty pleasure. Oh, I don't even know what I've been listening to. What have I been listening to? Sia is not a guilty pleasure. But she's just spectacular.
Oh, of course.
Oh man, I can't even think that I've been listening to. Can I come back to that?
You can. You absolutely
Usually
can.
I'd go to my Spotify playlist to figure out like what terrible things I'm listening to right now, but it's not even there.
Oh man.
The most embarrassing thing I ever listened to was the second Twilight book on audio.
Oh goodness.
So that is technically a listening guilty pleasure.
Fair enough.
Just the second one?
Only the second one. I read the first and third.
All right.
And fourth.
You did
was tour, and it's still the only audiobook I've ever listened to. And I think there's a reason for that.
Maybe.
One person just tweeted, who was your favorite member of Destiny's Child?
Favorite member of Destiny's Child? Who are the members of Destiny's Child?
I don't know either.
There's Beyonce and then Beyonce's sisters.
There's Michelle Williams and
the other one.
And the other one. I'm going to go for the other one. And dear other one, if you're listening, I'm really sorry I forgot your name.
It's kind of a left shark answer then to go with the other one.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'd definitely go with Beyonce as the mainstream option.
Consistent. Yeah.
All right, I think we're coming sort of to a close. So I've got one sort of relevant question. As you know, we're going to be participating in a 50-hour marathon, so all four of us are going to be awake for 50 straight hours.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's voluntary. You would not believe it, but we did volunteer for it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So what is the longest you've ever been awake?
Longest I've ever been awake? That's a really good question. I'm such a bad sleeper. Like, I need sleep. I don't do well if I haven't slept. So I don't know when and what scenario I would have like gone a long time without sleeping. The thing that comes to mind is we did a drive from our car broke down on the Utah-Nevada border, and we were stuck there for 2.5 days. It's like the car parts got fixed, and we had a show in New York on Friday night, and we thought we were going to fly. We didn't know what to do, and we got the car fixed at 9 a.m. on Thursday morning, and realized whatever it was, we had 35 hours to make a 34-hour drive. And so drove straight from the Utah-Nevada border to the Mercury Lounge in New York and played the show at 1 a.m.
Wow.
So that was a marathon in its own right. But I definitely, fell asleep in the back of the van at some point.
Fair enough. That sounds like quite an adventure. We're mostly just going to be sitting in this room being awake, so.
That's almost harder, though, because you've got nowhere to go. And you have to stay awake.
And we have to be with each other.
Yeah.
And that's the worst part. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we're good. We are just about finished. We wanted to thank you so much for being here with us.
You're so welcome. Thanks for doing this interview.
We're sorry for the shenanigans that went on to get this on, but we're glad that you were with us.
Hey, we pushed through and we did it.
Yeah, and we hope to hear from you soon. We're going to jump back into the music playing with one of your songs, again, an early one. We're going to jump back in with Under My Skin. This is Jukebox the Ghost, and you're listening to VIC Radio. We just finished an interview with Ben Thornwell. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.